Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you clean the outside of a cup and the plate, but inside they are full of greed and self indulgence. You blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup and the plate, that the outside also may be clean. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly appear beautiful, but within are full of dead people bones and all uncleanness. For you also outwardly appear righteous, but within you are full of hypocrisy, and lawlessness. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you build the tombs of the prophets and desecrate the monuments of the righteous, saying, we have lived in the days of our fathers. We would not have taken part with them in the shedding of blood of the prophet. Thus you witness against yourselves that you are sons of those who murder the prophets. Fill up then the measures of your fathers, you serpents, you brood of vipers. How are you to escape being sentenced to hell? Therefore I will send you prophets. I will send you prophets and wise men and scribes, some of whom will kill and crucify, and some of you flog in your synagogues, and persecute them from town to town, so that on you may come all the righteous bloodshed on earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zedekiah, the son of Barkiah, whom you murdered between the sanctuary and the altar. Truly I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and the stones those who are sent to it, how often would I have gathered your children together, as hen gathered the brood under her wings, and you were not willing to see. Your house is left to you desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I want you to see this. I wonder why no one has ever seen this before. That the people who are called Jewish are the vain people who are scribes and Pharisees who are in our country today, that was there with the Christ, who murdered all the prophets, whose forefathers murdered all the prophets, and still murdering today. As it is written, those who killed Cain, who killed Zechariah, the son of Bechariah, whom they murdered between the sanctuary and the altar. Wow, can you believe that? They murdered a man of God between the sanctuary and the altar. And then they want to be God's people. That is just shame. Oh Lord, I feel sick. Jewish people truly are evil people. They truly are the synagogue of Satan. Wow. I didn't know that all this was in there. I was led by the Lord to read this, but I didn't see all this that was in there. I knew about Abel because I made a recording about Abel. You know, Cain is Abel, so here the word of God says in verse number 35, so that so that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah. You know who Abel is. Abel is the brother of Cain. So you know what that means. That was Cain who slew his brother, which is the same people as the scribes and the Pharisees, the same people who are called Jewish today. Isn't that amazing? And how people have deceived the whole world. I pray that the Lord will open people's eyes so they can see this and see what Satan has done. Lord, you know all these things because you've written it in your word and you have hidden it from our eyes. Surely, someday you will let everyone know this. One day you will let everybody see that the evil people who are in our country, who have deceived the whole world, those murderers that have deceived the whole world, that you allow them to still exist and have deceived nations, especially the United States, who they have deceived more than any country. And then secondly, England, they have deceived England so bad. Ever since Lawrence of Arabia and Edgar Allan invaded Jerusalem, they have deceived so many nations. And so many nations, they have plundered nations of the world with all their lies. In every war that has been done on earth has been done by the Jewish people, especially to America, because America has lost so many sons and so many daughters in wars, and they have lied to them, especially when they had discovered acetone in Israel, and then they deceived nations by selling acetone to all those nations, Germany and the United States, and causing them to go to war and kill one another while they sell them acetone and bullets and have generation to generation being murdered just because of their greed. And then they lie about them and make them come to their own country and pay tribute to their lies. Oh, so deceitful, so heinous. And America has been listening to their lies. And then what is shameful, every president goes to their made up lies about the Holocaust and lay a wreath at their lies. They participate in their lies. So shameful. And then they cause them to believe in their lies. Oh, how low, how low can a people go? How low can Jewish people go? Surely, surely, Lord, you will open people's eyes as you have allowed me to see. You can let everyone else see. Let this country know. Let America know what the Jewish people have done and their leaders have done. There are many people who wrote books about them, but they deleted them. Henry Ford wrote a great book. Bentley made a good book, The Iron Curtain. And Henry Ford made a great book. The 13th, The 13th Tribe is a good book. You have many people who wrote good books about the exposing of the Jewish people and their deceit. John Bentley is his name. John Bentley. Beeling, The Iron Curtain Behind America. Beatty. Let me pronounce his name right. The Iron Curtain Behind America is the name of the book. And Henry Ford wrote a good book. And American people have been deceived so long, so many years. In America, the way they deceive you is they have infiltrated your government. Even before you had presidents, they have been setting you up to kill you. First of all, they brought Hebrews here and they left them here because they know God is going to destroy you. So they planned on you being destroyed from the beginning. Long before your nation even was established, you was deceived. Long before you had your president, you have been set up for destruction by even putting the Statue of Liberty in your harbor and putting the money, the emblem on your money. And I tell you what, one thing, I guarantee you, all the stolen artifacts that came from Jerusalem are in the Washington Monument. I guarantee you, all the brass, the candlesticks, the columns, the spoons, the shovels, all the furniture that belongs to the ark in Jerusalem from our forefathers are in the Washington Monument. Um, God didn't tell me this, but I just feel it. I can just feel it. I just know it's there. Everything is there in the Washington Monument. The columns, because the columns are 18 feet tall and they're stacked upon each other. And I know that they are there. But America and England, both of your nations have been deceived more than others. And especially, uh, I tell you, England, when they found acetone, well, before that, England, you should have felt sick. You should have felt your leaders. What's wrong with you guys? I tell you, when they use your General Edgar Allenby, to go in to attack Jerusalem, I believe that General Allenby didn't want to do it, but he loved his country so much that because it is written that he was praying not to bomb Jerusalem, that he wanted to save lives, even though most of the Hebrews was not there. But they had a emir that was ruler over Jerusalem at that time. His name was Ben Hassan. Ben Hassan Ali was his name during the time that Allenby, and I think the year was 1917, that they attacked Jerusalem. And what was so strange is that when Great Britain and their army attacked Jerusalem, then they gave the country to the Jewish people, which was not even a nation, that you believe their lies, and then you sign a Balfour Declaration to giving them the country that you had fought, but not a bullet, not a weapon was fired, and the country was you won the country over. Although there was no threat, there was no Jerusalem didn't threaten anyone. The emir from Mecca didn't threaten Great Britain, but you attacked Great Britain, and then you signed the Balfour Declaration. You tried to get Lawrence of Arabia to get him to sign the Balfour Declaration, but Hassan bin Ali, the emir of Mecca, which was the king of Jerusalem at that time, did not sign the Balfour Declaration. And then you got the let's see, who was that? Fossil. And you see, the other Emir who had died, and he had two sons, Faisal and Abdullah, I think their names was. Faisal and Abdullah, you got them to sign the Balfour Declaration, and you tricked them and seduced them to be a part of this world collaboration to bring them into the United Nations, giving them some status, and they believe your lies because they thought that you have made them a part of their society, like you're moving up in the world. So you want to take all those who collaborate with you to move up. Neither did they know they were celebrating with the devil. Even today, how you seduce the Palestinians after 1948 in Lebanon and all the other countries, Syria and Jordan, you seduce all of them and trick them also. You are a great, great liar, Jewish people. Wow. Somebody else got to see this beside me. I mean, you got like intelligent people in Washington, the CIA, the FBI. Someone else got to see this besides me. Someone got to know. They got to know. And you got all of these TV talk show hosts and all these what you call these people, um, prognosticators and people who are TV analysts and specialists, wise people, intelligent people who have master's degrees and teach at universities and colleges. Why I never heard anyone talk about these things, but they talk about trivial things like what this guy name, um, what is necessary, non-essential. Um, the person who's running for president. I can't even remember his name. Maybe it's not meant for me to mention his name. But you spend more time on um, on necessary non-essentials and don't talk about things that are important. Like how you were seduced into all these wars and all the sons of America being killed, and tell all the sons at Arlington Cemetery about why they went to war. Because all of your presidents listened to England, and the Jewish people had their people in England, like the Lord Balfour, and and these other families in England and Germany that have collaborated, and you listen to their lies. But all the sons that are in Arlington Cemetery and in that are in the Civil War in Fort Fort Mitchell, Alabama, all those sons died for nothing because your leaders believed in lies, thinking that Jewish people were God's people, but they are truly the synagogue of Satan. How do you feel, America? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Word of God tells you how ignorant that you have been, and all of your smart, intelligent people didn't know it from all these years. All of your accolades that you give to your intelligent and wise people did not know that you collaborate with evil people and that you have allowed all of your sons to die and go to war, World War One, World War Two, and even all the other wars. And you listen to Jewish people lies. And you know what's interesting? And then I'm going to stop this segment because I don't like making people feel bad. But sometimes when you tell people the truth, they feel bad. So I'm going to end. But what's making me, well, I don't get angry about it anymore. I'm just so amazed. Is when the Jewish people, Clyde Weisselman, the Jewish people first president, when he discovered acetone in Israel, and then he took the idea to the American government, and they sold it as um, acetone on their weapons when they had made the bullets, the rounds, and they put acetone on the tip of those weapons. And when they fire those bullets, they have a tracer round. They call it a tracer that you can see where the bullet is going. And you know, those demons, they went and told the Germans, when you see the red fire come from their weapons, you shoot there and you can kill them. And they sold this acetone bullets to you guys, and they sold it to Germany. And they had both of you guys killing each other. And then they lied about Hitler and lied about the Holocaust, and you believed that. And they were sitting back laughing and getting rich and making money off both the nations. Very, very, very sad. And what is really sad is that you have all your intelligent people in Washington, CIA, FBI, all your Secret Service agents, all of your intelligent people with master's degrees and PhDs. Why you don't know this? Or are you afraid to talk about it? Well, I'm not afraid because I know who God is, and I know He has revealed this to me because I didn't see it before. I didn't know this. I went to school and I read the Bible many times, but I never saw it until today. This is the year 2016 in the seventh year of President Obama in the fourth month. Well, I want you to know that how Jewish people have seduced the whole world and they have plundered. And I thought, like they plundered black people or Hebrews when they sold us into slavery. And now the Lord has shown me through His Word that they have been plundering people from the beginning when they killed Abel. When Cain killed Abel, well, I know now that Cain and Abel is our brother. Cain is our brother. It is true. He's our brother. He slew Abel, which is a Hebrew, and they told the world the other way around. Also, he is the same person as Jacob and Esau. He is Esau. Now, he is a white man, but he is not a Chaldean. Chaldeans are Europeans. Edomites are the people who are in our land called Jewish. They're Jewish people, but their skin is fair. Also, the Chaldean race came out of Syria and Ammon. You remember when Cain went east of Eden? Well, Eden is in Jerusalem. It's not Africa. Africa is not the cradle of society. These are another lies of the Jewish people to make you think that Hebrews came from Africa to cover up their origins and where they came from. But even the word of God says where he got them from, but it's a little bit hidden because he says the nativity of Judah. He calls it the nativity of Judah. And hey, he said he found he found he found a child lying in the middle of a field, and with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, and how he told the child to live and establish a covenant with that baby. And the Lord established it. And brought the child up, but child was very, very evil, very deceptive, and very deceiving even today. But it's okay. I know God lives, and I know that God will reign in the latter day, and I know that God will open the eyes of the world to see what the Jewish people really are and how they have caused so many deaths around the world and deceived nations. They have really deceived nations, especially America and England. They have deceived you so bad. And I tell you, what made me sad is that I was in the military, and I remember the smell of acetone when you shoot a rifle out of the M16 and out of the flash suppressor. The flash suppressor is a nozzle of um, of the M16. It has holes on the side of it, so when that round comes through there, it'll flash. But I did not know that it was acetone. I know it made a terrible smell, like the smell of fingernail polish. But I I didn't know. I didn't know that acetone was in it, and I didn't know they were telling our enemies whenever you see the bullets that are being fired from their weapons, shoot there, and you can kill them. And they was making money selling acetone to both parties in every war. The Jewish people did, and America think that Jewish people love them, and they have American people have Jewish people all in their government. Even before there was a first president in America, Jewish people was controlling things. How you think we got here? How you think that Hebrews got to your country? We started coming here in 1326. Well, actually, we started coming here in 1619, 1619 until 1912. But the first group of people went to South America, to Brazil and Guatemala, Mexico, where they had Jewish plantation owners there, and they kept them there and kept us from reading and writing, so we wouldn't know who we were. So they tried to eliminate us, and they've done a good job by suppressing us, keeping us from reading and writing, and killing us as much as possible. Throughout all of our days, they have been murdering us. Murdering, murdering. Even from the beginning, they murdered. Cain killed his brother Abel, and they've been murdering us ever since. And the world has collaborated with them in murdering us. You think, why do. Now, think about it. It's not white people, but the Jewish people has used white people to make them think that they are white, because the Edomites are actually black people because we have the same mother. Don't you remember Cain and Abel? His mother was Eve. She was a black woman. And the same thing with Esau. Esau, Jacob was a black man. I tell you, why you guys don't know this? And it's the same thing with Noah. Noah was an albino. And why you don't know these things? Why do you ostracize your memory? Why do you put away your memory or these thoughts? Have they paid you so much money that you are afraid to talk about these things? Are you so fearful for your life that you hate the truth? But yet you say, let's talk about these things. Let's get them out in the open. You say you love justice. You say you love liberty. You say this country is a country of liberty and rights and freedom and liberty of voice. But why don't you talk about these things? Why don't you expose reality for what reality is and what it has done? You talk about genocide. Our people have been genocide, but yet you like to listen to lies and you listen to demons and you listen to cruel people rather than listen to the truth. Or would you like the life of being a homosexual better? So they have given you a lifestyle and call it liberty and justice and the pursuit of happiness. So you long for those things more than justice. So you believe their lies and say, oh, I want to believe what they say because they believe in the right of freedom. I can walk around naked and have sex with anyone I want. So you believe this is right. So you collaborate with them. So you say, okay, kill the Hebrews. It's okay as long as I can have my liberty and my freedom. Kill them, let them die. We don't care. Let them be doomed. We don't need them as a people anyway. Well, you might get your wish real soon. You'll get your wish pretty soon. There won't be any Hebrews here. No black people that you call black people, or Africans, or Negroes, or niggers, whatever you're calling us this year. You won't have them in your country much longer. And let's see how you get along without us. Chaldeans, Edomites. See how you get along without Hebrews, without us being in existence. I hope you do well.